low-peril hysteria helps drive domestic broadsheet sales.
Welcome back to Media Take. It's more than a week since a front-page story in the Weekend Herald reported a Labour Party claim that the number of likely Chinese surnames in the leaked list of Auckland house buyers show the surge of mainland Chinese investment. We're joined by two critics of the story, editor of the Mandarin pages, David So, and comedian and columnist Raybon. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Hello.
Kia ora. David, Labour says its issue is with foreign buyers and not Chinese New Zealanders, but that's not what Chinese New Zealanders are hearing in this, is it?
They do not mean what they say. It's not convincing. Housing issue is a big issue, national interest. But unfortunately, Labour turned into a racial issue.
Did it make Chinese New Zealanders feel unsafe?
I think they feel disappointed. They are disappointed that Labour politicians present it in a very weak manner. Labour is the opposition party. We need a strong opposition party.
Raybon, you have in some ways made a career out of finding comedy in the experience of being a Chinese New Zealander. You have taken this uncharacteristically seriously. Your column was serious, almost heavy.
I didn't mean it to be, and maybe that's just the way other people read it. Maybe it's the delivery. Maybe you're just not reading it with a smile. It started out as it was going to be a tweet. No wonder Asian people go to house auctions. It's the only time in New Zealand they get shown any love. If I'm ever depressed in Auckland, I'll go to a house auction just for the hugs as I walk in. And that was going to be it. And then I thought, well, what do I actually think about it? Substantially, and it took me a couple of days. It's not like I don't work for the Herald. It just took me a couple of days to write what I thought. And really it was two conflicting opinions stuck together. And then I got in touch with them and thought, do you want to have a look? And obviously they thought it was another log to throw on this fire, if you like.
David, there was the social media wasn't only in the English language. There was a lot of talk about this on places like Sky Kiwi, and there were people on Sky Kiwi saying that the reason Chinese people buy houses is because non-Chinese are lazy and can't save money. What did you make of that?
I think immigrants are usually hardworking and save money, but there's more to it. I think we are not above the ordinary Kiwi. There's ingenuity to accomplish further.
Raybon, do you have a little bit more empathy towards Maori now in terms of being demonised in the media?
Personally? Do you mean, well, I don't know if I can put it quite that strongly. There's a pattern, and Asians throughout history, whether they were digging for gold or building railways or showing up fleeing the Cultural Revolution, so very poor and not doing anything, and then suddenly showing up rich, with money that somehow, however that got out of communist China, suddenly showing up rich. So it's just more of the same, and you do think, this isn't just about the economy.
Did you mention before about putting another log on the fire? Have you felt that the media have stoked this up a little bit to push sales, to get bums on seats? It's obviously racism and race issues is an issue that ignites emotions.
It's clickbait, isn't it? It's just that thing where people will, it's totally what you can imagine people ringing talk radio about. There's always a headline, there's always a story about, it's the news story, it's Chinese people at the auction. And it really does, it inflames people. And it's very odd because, from my point of view, it's like, well, what do Chinese people have to do? So there's Chinese people making New Zealanders rich, and they don't like it. There's Chinese people on the phone in China, not even showing up, right? They're non-resident, not even going to show up, and you don't like it. And they're paying you too much, and you don't like it. So what do you have to do?
And how have the Chinese media, Chinese language media, dealt with this issue? Has there been outrage and anger in the media, in the Chinese media?
I think the Chinese media is just a media. They make a meal out of this. It's a comedy, but unfortunately, some don't see it and some don't get it.
So where does it go from here? Can Labour make good? Is it going to, can they apologise
Yeah,
and
it's
make
very
it better?
easy. I mean, just put a Chinese candidate on the high ranking, and maybe introduce some policies which of interest to us. For example, introduce a Chinese course in primary school, or make more Chinese teachers.
We're trying to get them to do that with Maori. So you might have to get in line on
We have
that
to
one.
learn
I
how
think you're on the
you...
wrong channel for that one.
They sound like very good positive ideas. actually.
absolutely.
Right, well that was a nice positive way to end it. Oh well, thank you very much David and Raybon. I think that was actually a very nice positive way to end things.
Kia ora koutou.
Kia ora.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Tō mare.